What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So lately I've been posting a lot on Instagram, and to my surprise there's been a lot of questions on bearded dragons. Oh my god, my bearded dragon's like head bobbing. Hey, calm down, I'm trying to do an intro here. He's like, yeah, you better do a bearded dragon video. But basically, I've been getting a lot of questions on bearded dragons, and the question that I get a lot is, how do I get my bearded dragon to eat their veggies? So I'm gonna go over a couple of tips and tricks on how do I get my bearded dragons to eat their veggies, and what veggies I use for my bearded dragons. And hopefully this video could help some of you guys out there who have trouble with bearded dragons not eating their veggies. So I'm gonna try to make this video as informative as I can. So with that being said, let's get started with this video. Let's go. Okay, so I'm right here in front of my bearded dragon condominium. I have 5 enclosures on top of each other, and this enclosure or this condominium I actually built. And I have my girl BB right here that's gonna kind of just stay put. Okay. But when it comes to getting your bearded dragon to eat their veggies, there is 3 things that you need to take in account before addressing the problem. So those 3 things would be temperature, consistency, and also the health of the reptile. So when it comes to temperatures are really ideal when it comes to reptiles in general. So if your temperatures are too low, the bearded dragon or reptile is going to be a lot more sluggish, may go into brumation, and actually not want to eat in general. So I have my bearded dragons at a temperature of 110 to 115. So it's a little bit more on the hotter side than it's recommended. Usually you see 95 to 100. But I like it a little bit hotter. I find my bearded dragons, especially because it gets colder here in my room in the winter, I kind of raise the temperatures a lot so these guys could get the proper temperature in their whole entire enclosure. Now, the second thing that we need to address is consistency. So how consistent are you feeding your veggies, and also how consistent are your temperatures? So my temperatures or my lights are always running a 12-hour daylight cycle. So one thing that always comes in handy are timers. So to my surprise, every time I message someone about, their bearded dragon maybe not eating, the very first thing that I recommend is a timer. And to my surprise, there's a lot who actually don't have a timer. And my concern would be, are they even getting enough daylight? So if a bearded dragon doesn't get enough daylight, they're gonna go into brumation, or they might not want to eat, or they're not getting the proper temperatures. So it's just gonna kind of give them an imbalance of lifestyle. So there's different types of timers that you guys could get. There is the ones that you could manually do it, and there's also the ones that are digital. So as soon as you set it at this time, it's gonna turn throughout the day, and it's plugged into your wall, and you plug all the lights onto here, and then once it hits the time, it's gonna turn on, and once it hits the other time at night, it's gonna turn off. So the beauty about these guys are, I don't even have to be at home, and the lights are gonna turn on always at that time and always turn off at that time. So when I went to Montreal, or when I go to other places, I don't have to worry about my lights not being on, or if I sleep in, I don't have to worry about my lights not being on as well. The only problem is, if you do sleep in, all of these lights are gonna turn on all at once, and that's when you're like, oh my god, I need to get myself a different timer, or sleep in the basement, or do something else, man. Whew. It is a scary time, man. Now, the last thing that you need to take in consideration when trying to figure out what is the reason and what is the issue for your bearded dragon not eating its veggies happens to be the health of the animal. So oftentimes we get a reptile, and we might get it from a place where we're not too sure of how they initially had the bearded dragon or had the reptile. So having it checked by the vet, or having it checked out by someone who may know, could really help out a lot to determine whether or not your reptile is healthy or it's not. So if you have a baby bearded dragon, it should be eating straight off the bat. It should be going crazy for the crickets. It should be going crazy for the veggies. So as soon as you start seeing some sort of pattern that is not correct, that's when you should start asking questions and start asking them immediately. Now, that doesn't mean panic and start going crazy. That just means you need to take other things into consideration, like taking it to the vet or getting an expert to check it out. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to reptiles, but I have been working with them for a very long time to know when a bearded dragon or reptile is sick and when it's healthy. Now, one indication that a bearded dragon or a reptile is not doing well, if it's not eating and it's losing weight. So that right there is a sign of maybe parasites. It might be a sign of, you know, some metabolic bone disease, basically MBD. So if the bearded dragon is starting to develop that, it may not start to eat, it may start to lose weight. So you might want to take it to the vet and get it checked out. So now that we got all of the important things out of the way, now it's time to feed my bearded dragons their veggies. So let's go. Okay, so when it comes to veggies, I give my bearded dragons a variety of things. So I always like switching it up every single week. So this week it's gonna be dandelion leaves with a bit of carrot. So this I find to be a very staple diet, and I would do this for about a week, and then I might throw in a couple of fruits. So I might throw in some blueberries or some other things like grapes as well, just to mix it up. But that is not something that I do every single day. It might be on a Friday or any time that I might have something left over. Now, if you want a list of veggies that you could use for bearded dragons, I'll leave a link in the description. It's a very good website where you could see how frequently you could give each vegetable and also fruit. So it kind of goes over as well how much calcium it has and how much vitamins, and if it's good for your reptile and how frequently you should feed it. So the three that I always kind of include would be dandelions, also would include collard greens, and also mustard greens. And I would kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I had a brain fart. Basically what I'm trying to say is I would kind of have a routine where I would always be switching them up and give them different things every single week. Okay, so as you can see, BB is already going crazy for her veggies. As soon as I come in here, she's just gonna go nuts. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's like, oh yeah, yum, 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 yum. Now, I would just normally put a whole bunch inside of her thing, but I'm gonna use her as an example when it comes to tricks that I do to get them to eat, because all of my bearded dragons will eat. Watch out. I'm gonna go feed the little guys right now. Okay, so these are my little guys that I was telling you about. They're not so little anymore, but usually they would come up to me and they would also eat their veggies. As you can see, we got Penelope. Hey, let go. Okay, who else? Hey, she's hungry. Here, you want? Brienne, you want? Oh, come on. Now that I'm making it. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brienne. Thank you. Here, Saturn, you want? Saturn, you want? Penelope. Saturn, here you go. Yes, yes. Okay, let's see who else. Hey, sharing is caring, okay, guys? Here. Sansa, here. Hey, leave your brother. Oh, my God, you stole it from him. Here. Sansa, here, take it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Pokala. I know, they gave you quite the name. Here, Pokala, eat it. Pokala. Hey, órale, Pokala. Mira, aquí está. Pokala just woke up. He's not hungry. Okay, clearly he doesn't want his veggies. So I'm going to use also him as an example as well to kind of get him going. But as you can see, all of my bearded dragons kind of eat their veggies. Here you go. Who else wants? And this is outside of their enclosure as well, with me having a camera right there. Inside of their enclosure, they're a lot more, you know, crazy to go after their food. And Pokala is just chilling over there like... But they would all eat their veggies inside of their enclosure. They'll go crazy for it. Because I'm over here talking to them, they're kind of just acting like a statue. Especially Pokala over there. Honestly, are you going to eat that? Hey, don't tell me Brianna's going to eat. I mean, Penelope. Okay, so we have BB here, and she knows it's morning, so she's going crazy right now because she sees the veggies. But she's often a very good eater when it comes to eating her veggies. But when she was younger, this is what I used to do to get her to eat her veggies. So what I would do is I would get a leaf of her veggies and I would roll it up. Oh, as you can see, she's not letting me. But I would roll it up just like this, and it will kind of look like a... It'll look like a drumstick, okay? It'll look like a drumstick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So what I would do is I would get, you know, this rolled up leaf right here, right? And I would get a superworm or her favorite treat, and I'll kind of have to play around with her and trick her. Okay, so I would get that, put it boom, and then boom, boom. Look at that. So she kind of got tricked. I have the superworm right here. She's right now probably like, oh God, this does not taste like superworm. And the leaf was pretty big, so she ate a pretty big chunk of leaf. And I would continue doing this over and over until she eats quite an amount of veggies. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Put it right there. She goes for it, and then boom. Look at that. And I still have the superworm. Okay, so right in front of me, I have Wilbur, and he's the youngest one of them all. And honestly, this guy would go crazy over anything. I think if I even put this in front of him, he would like want it. This is like a game, literally like a game. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. At least I got him to eat it, you know, with the superworm. Now don't spit it out. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Look at his face. So as you can see, Wilbur ate his veggies, ate his superworm. So I'm pretty happy with this guy. He is really super quick. Holy! I was gonna say he's super quick. Hey, why are you going so nuts, man? Holy! I was just gonna say you're super quick. Okay, let's see if my Zero bearded dragon wants to eat his veggies. Here you go, Sub-Zero. Here you go. Okay, he went crazy for it. Holy snap. Like, here you go, BB. Here you go. Here you go. Come on. Look at that. You ever see a bearded dragon jump for their veggies? She's literally jumping. Here you go. Here you go. Your little legs. BB. Here. Take it. Take it. Take it. Come on. Come on. You gotta work for it. Yummy. Yummy. All right, so hopefully this video has helped out some of you guys out there who might have some trouble with your bearded dragons not eating their veggies. So remember that there is a link in the description that you guys could check out to see what veggies you guys could eat. What you guys could eat, no, your bearded dragons could eat, and how frequently they could eat it as well. So with that being said, that is it for this video. Hopefully if you guys did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to message me on Instagram. I'll try to reply if you guys have any issues. And at the same time, let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see me talk about next. Just mention any type of video and I'll see if I could put it on the list to do. So I have a ton of reptile chores that I need to do that I'm gonna probably record it and make a video of it as well. So stay posted, hit that notification button, subscribe if you haven't. I'm Lord the Lion, keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
They don't really know what I'm on. Yeah, working around the clock, yeah, call me a done. Took me 6 whole years and hundreds of songs just to show the whole world that a boy do belong.
I had a brain for her.